currently have approximately $850 billion of total assets, just under $450 billion of fee-bearing capital, and we generate $4.3 billion of revenue. The growth has been very significant since we started this business from scratch around 25 years ago, but the best days are ahead. So what has enabled this success? In our mind, there's four things: operational expertise, global reach, large-scale capital, and a winning culture in our people. This year, we've committed to almost $50 billion of transactions. I think that ranks as the most in the world by any sponsor. We've also monetized $15 billion of assets during that period of time, and we're on track for a record fundraising year, upwards of $150 billion. Our experience and capabilities, our global platform, the macroeconomic trends that are giving us tailwinds, and our ability to deploy large sums of money for our clients gives us a strategic advantage.
So how would we define the Brookfield ecosystem? It is the interaction between our assets, our counterparties, and the capital flows that we have visibility over, and it's how we use the information from those interactions and the capabilities of all of Brookfield's businesses to enhance our competitive advantages and unlock new investment opportunities. And it's not just the businesses that we own today. It's also the businesses that we owned previously and the many investments that we look at every year that we don't actually execute on. The assets and relationships that we have today help us make better informed investment decisions tomorrow. That allows us to grow more profitably, grow more quickly, and increasingly position ourselves as the partner of choice for both investors and corporates around the world, and it becomes a very virtuous cycle.
What is private credit? It's really just become a more efficient way to transact. We've minimized the necessity of banks to be the intermediary between borrower and ultimate credit provider. We've got an enormous platform between Brookfield and Oaktree. We've got tremendous scale. We've got breadth of products. We have the Brookfield ecosystem. Over the next few years, you see what's today $170 billion private credit opportunity grow significantly and hopefully exceeds this $500 billion target.
We grew our FBC by over $300 billion over the last 5 years, more than tripling where we were at that time. Over that same period, we also beat on our targets for FRE that we set out also 5 years ago. We launched new business lines and new strategies. We spun out BAM to simplify our narrative and to make us more comparable to our direct peers in the space. And we now have a very simple story. 2023 has also been a good year from a financial results perspective. Fee revenues grew to $4.3 billion. Fee-related earnings grew by 16% to $2.2 billion. And we've also taken our distributable earnings to $2.2 billion, and that's an increase of 14%. Similar to our plans from 5 years ago, there's additional upside potential here that's not included in the forecast. And that could come from strategic acquisitions, launching new business lines or new verticals. And we are committed to returning most of that capital back to you as owners of the business. Most of that will be in the form of a dividend that could imply dividend growth rates in the magnitude of 15 to 20% on a per annum basis.
I'll leave you with 4 key takeaways. The world always has challenges, but we're well positioned for whatever comes next. We're actively deploying money in our investment strategies. We continue to deploy capital all over the world. And our relationships are the cornerstone of this franchise, and we continue to protect those dearly.